This is Neela and I'm still surviving. I finally got my voice back, so yay! Awesome songs. Anyway, so I just wanted to go ahead and speak about my experience. They did not pay me. This is something they not asked me to do. This is something I wanted to go ahead and do myself. Just kind of give a background of how the whole thing worked out. So, what took place is that towards the mid to like late part towards Thanksgiving of last year, I ordered a bra from Adoreme.com because I wanted to see exactly how it would work out. Now, what happened was, and I do cop blame for it because I should have checked. I went to go ahead and hit the purchase button and I put in my address and I'm thinking I put in my correct address for where I live now because and by the way, when you sign up for Facebook for this thing, make sure you check the address because it might have an old address. When you sign up with Adoreme.com, you have the address listed and that's where they're shipping it to because that's what you have on file. I changed the beginning part of the address and I put the new numbers for the new address. And for some reason, I didn't check to see that it had the street of the old address and the zip code and so on. Nevertheless, I called back to Adoreme.com the day after. They tell me that you have to make sure that you change the information and change the address. You have to cancel over and 30 minutes. Yeah, cancel everything within 30 minutes of purchase. I didn't know that. I didn't see that on the website. I kind of wished I had seen it. But nevertheless, I spoke to somebody. It was a little bit difficult to speak to them because they didn't understand what I was trying to say. But they said they had changed the address. Lo and behold, the address wasn't changed and it was still being shipped to the other place because by that time, I'm guessing it was a little bit late. So what I did is they sent out the package and they said they put the right address on it. So when it ships out, it was supposed to ship to the right address. So I'm looking on it, it says, in progress, in progress, in progress. And then it gets to a point where it says, in transit, meaning that it's about to be shipped out for delivery. So they send it to this address in West Bubble. I don't know where the hell it was, but it had returned to sender on it. And it took just about almost a damn month for the U.S. Post Office to go ahead and ship it back to Adoreme.com. So I want to say off the bat, that whole situation was not Adoreme.com's fault. I should have been checking on it. And two, the post office is terrible. Okay. Next thing that happened was they finally get it. And this was like maybe 2-3 weeks down the line. And I'm going on Twitter. I'm getting mad. I'm like, I shouldn't be buying from Adoreme.com. I can't stand them. Yada, yada, yada. And they're corresponding with me. And they gave me credit to go ahead and purchase back the item again. So when you originally buy it, it's like $29.95 or $19.95, however you catch the sale. So they gave me credit for the item up to the original sale price of the item. And so I gotten it for its original price again. So Adoreme.com took the expense of sending it back out to me. But here's the thing. Post office is terrible. My local post office sucks. And I don't care if they watch the video, you guys are terrible. You do not do a good job at all. So they went ahead and shipped it to me. The time that it was delivered, it was the regular, 7 to 10 business days. So the time that it arrived, it came to my house while I was at work. No one was here to go ahead and pick up the package. Literally, yeah, he just pointed out, literally an hour and a half after I left for work. So I get home that day I'm like, okay, well, I see it says delivered. Let me go ahead and check to see if it's maybe in a post office box or if it's inside of my mailbox. Because I'm thinking it's like a little, you know, small plastic thing. Because sometimes when you get clothes shipped from different places, they use plastic garment bags and not boxes. And even if they use boxes, they use unmarked boxes. So let me show you what the box looks like so you can get an idea. Now, Adoreme.com, if you've never heard about them, if you've never bought it from them, they're a really good company and they really have nice stuff. But the boxes themselves are pretty pink boxes that have the information and the address on them. So anybody over the age of 18 knows who Adoreme.com is. It's a blessing and it's a curse all at the same time. But that being said, when I got home that day, I had knocked on my neighbor's door and asked them, hey, have you happened to come past a package that was sitting in front of my house? Because if it was there, I know they would have picked it up and would have saved it for us, even though common sense would have told the post office to go ahead and have it there and try to deliver it again on another damn day. But no. So the whole thing was they didn't have it, unfortunately, and I was kind of sad because I was hoping that they would have had it. I called the post office again the next day. The manager, was it? The manager tells me that, oh, it was delivered. Somebody took up the item and it was delivered. Who took up the item? I was not there. I was not home. I was at work. Well, I'm sorry. There's nothing we could do about it. They sure left it on the doorstep. So that means that somebody came in the house, not came in the house, but came by our house, seen this pretty little pink package on my doorstep and stole my item. Here I go again. So I'm blogging on Twitter about how I didn't get the item, and it's kind of sad because I even said that Adoreme.com did their due diligence. It's just that the post office sucks. So they went ahead and seen what I was talking about on Twitter, and they reached back out to me. And here's what they did. And this is why I will buy from them again and again. Adoreme.com reached out to me and they said that they are going to give me a code. And when I get that code, it will help me to get the item that I originally purchased. Now I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's a percentage. It's like $10, $20 here. I go to order the item, and it's for the entire purchase price of that item. They paid for the item to be shipped out again, and they went first class. So I got it the very next business day. It just so happened that it came on a weekend, and I was at home. So the whole thing is I had the flu while everything was going on, and I was able to get the package. What I want to say about Adoreme.com is that they went above and beyond to make sure that even after the situation went down when the item got stole, that they reimbursed me and gave me a brand new item, which I really do appreciate. Here comes my husband right now. Awesome. And so he wanted to photobomb me. So the whole thing was they shipped out the product. I got the product and it was great. And one of the things that I really liked about them is when you first, hold on one second, when you first get the product, it comes in a box. Now, granted, my box, because of the post office being as lovely as they are, is damaged. It looks crumbled up and messed up, not like it would have been if they had taken the time to take care of it and not toss it like it was a piece of trash. So I picked up the guy and told him thank you in my most horrendous voice. Thank you. And so I got the package. Inside the package, it had a little advertisement for it. Don't know if you guys can see it. And then on the back of it, it has where you can join the VIP thing, which I'm close to thinking about, if not for no other reason, just to make sure I have it on deck. And they give you a little icon thing, and it says "Forget V Day." It's called. Uh, it's called. Let's call it Me Day. So this is the item. This is the package, and it gave me a $10 off, as you can see. So not only did they reverse me on an item that got stolen from my doorstep, but they also gave me $10 off for my next purchase. So I would definitely go ahead and buy another one. I would definitely buy another product. Now, to get down to the nitty gritty. So the underwear that came with it, because it's a set. The underwear, at first, because it comes in this long plastic sheet and it's covered up with wrapping paper, like the little box paper that you get for like gifts and stuff. So they make sure that it's completely covered. And at first, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, these underwear are huge, and they actually fit. And it's just the way that they're cut, it fits perfectly. But here's the thing. The bra that I had gotten was a long line one. So it has to sit up under me. Now, being a woman of a particular size, you need everything to lay as flat as humanly possible and not move. You can't be looking like Baywatch, especially not at work, because you don't work at Baywatch. My husband is a nut. Anyway, so I will say this much. If they can get it to where it sits everything up and lays flat, that would be great. And I noticed that with the size, the cup is a little bit small. So I may have to go up in the size in order for it to be comfortable. Here you go again.
Baywatch is awesome.
So the whole thing is I'll go ahead and order a size up because the size of the cup was a little bit small. But hopefully, they'll get it right. But that's not going to stop me from ordering from Adoreme.com because they really did their thing. And I really do want to thank them for going ahead and going the extra mile, especially when they didn't have to. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and do this review for it. But anyway, my husband is a nut. He is a damn nut. I can't show y'all what he's doing. He's a damn ninny. Anyway, that's why I wanted to go ahead and do the review for Adoreme.com. And if you're a woman of a size D, double D, going forward, you can order from them and feel secure about it. They're a really, really good company. I would definitely purchase from them again. And I really want to thank them for their help, and definitely want to make sure that, I'm looking for more styles and stuff like that. But anyway, that's my review for Adoreme.com. You guys, if you like what I am posting about, let me know. Hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think, and give some other items that, might be worth my time. Because I want to make this YouTube thing work. But anyway, y'all like my Invicta watch? Invicta! So gorgeous, but it's missing a stone. Shh. Anyway, but you guys, be blessed. And this is Neela surviving. Peace. Yeah.